I feel like the world would be a better place if, as adults, we still dream
Yeah, of
like
course,
the
bro.
way we dreamt when we were kids.
Of course.
Shoreezy on the beat.
Okay, guys, welcome to another episode of Young and Gifted. Today, I'm sitting with a guest who came to Canada around the same time as me, and I get to see them grow from being a student to the person they are right now. This guy is a guy who I don't know if he told people to send me DMs or what, but there was a lot of DMs saying I should get Shorey because there's a lot of people who wanted to hear the story. So we here. And it was someone that I had to get, but it is tricky getting people who I'm particularly interested in sometimes because it's to try to get an angle where I can get the best out of them for us to have a story that everyone could relate to, you know. So yeah, today we have Shorey. Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah, good.
What's going on?
It good to have you on finally, bro. I remember. I don't know if you remember the first time I actually met you was on Fanshawe football field.
Yeah. Tryouts.
You know, tryouts. You know,
That's what's happening.
and I don't think none of us made the team. But I really blame it on the coach. I feel like the coach was hating because we wasn't Canadian. You know,
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
bro. The second coach, the day when I went, he was like loving me. Then the next day the head coach comes. He's like, "Oh, who you play for?" Say I just came from Trinidad.
Yeah, he was.
I got dropped, bro. I got dropped.
Yeah, if you didn't play for someone like in the summer and stuff,
Yeah, bro.
he wouldn't pick you.
Yeah. Now they fire him now. But anyway, so it's about you. What course you was doing back then, though?
I went to Fetch at the time for business marketing. Yeah.
So kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Did you know that you wanted to be a DJ since then?
No, DJing kind of snuck up on me. It was like, it's a crazy story how I got into DJing. But I had a lot of friends who were actually DJing. So when I actually started it, it wasn't like that crazy to get into. But it was dumb. I'm like 18. There was a international week at Fanshawe actually. And I was with my homie and this one girl. And she was saying something about how she likes DJs. And it just came out of my mouth before I even knew what I was saying. I was like, oh, I'm a DJ. And she's like, oh, seriously? I was like, yeah. And then my boy's like, oh, they're having international week. We should sign you up to DJ. And I'm kind of like trying to signal to him. They're like, nah. But he wasn't getting what was going on. So he kept talking about it. So Shorty's like, yeah, let's go sign you up. So I kind of had to become a DJ. I had to save face.
Yeah.
And everything just continued from there.
But did you get through the shorty right after or no?
Nah, I didn't even get through.
Oh,
It turned out for the best.
Yeah.
It turned out for the best.
Yeah, but that's good. That's good.
I never got through.
So when you went on the show, did you did you bum or was it good?
Honestly, I mean, like I've always known like good music, you know, like what to play. Like back home in high school when we had like dances, we had an iPod. I would always play music stuff, right? So like I always like knew what to play. I didn't know how to mix. I didn't know nothing about
Like a
that.
front seat DJ.
Yeah,
Like a passenger seat
yes,
DJ.
something like that. I didn't know how to mix or nothing like that. But my DJ career was supposed to start and end that night. And then when I was done, someone came up to me. So it was another Nigerian guy, Kingsley at the time. Shout out to Kingsley if you're watching this. But he came up to me and he's like, yo, I'm having a party in 2 weeks. Like, I like what you did tonight. You should come be my DJ. The party was going to be at Ciroc. And I was like, all right. He's like, I'll pay you so. I was like, all right, cool. I guess I'm a DJ. And then that's how it kind of started.
But that's good though. Like how you kind of stumble on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like back in those days too, I don't think it was hard to become a really good DJ in London. You know, cause like the DJ in Jack's, I remember going to Jack's, bro, and this guy was running the same playlist every single week.
yeah.
And pretending like he's a DJ, bro.
Legendary
You know,
Jacks. Yeah.
bro. You know, so for me it was like when I just came to Canada, there was no one play. Well, there was a couple at LG. And it was LG back in those days. Then it went to Ciroc, then Therapy, then, you know. But back in those days, it was Club Large. It was Large, then it went to LG. You know?
Yeah.
So back in those days, like, that was the only place. But in terms of, like, mainstream artists that was playing, like, hip-hop and reggae and dancehall and soca, and them it had no one, you know?
Yeah, there wasn't that many, like, when I first got out here, I'd say. I didn't really go out, like, my first year. I was 18, so I couldn't really go anywhere. So most of the time I went to like house parties, and everybody was just playing country music and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then when I started DJing, it was like, if you remember that first year of fashion, there wasn't that many black people. It was,
No, no, no.
yeah, it was,
No.
yeah, it was not that many.
Bro, like I see it, I see the game now
Yeah.
and like the people, and it's way more Trinis, way more Nigerians, way more
Yeah.
black. Like when I was in school,
Yeah, there was not that many.
bro, there was a couple of us.
Yeah.
You know, there was a couple of
Like
us.
we all knew each other. We see each other in the hallway. It was like,
Yeah, bro. I remember being in White Oak Mall when I just came to Canada. Not even when I just came, like 2 years into being here.
yeah,
And there was this old black guy, and he's staring at me, and as he comes closer, he says, "There isn't too many of us out here, are there?"
yeah.
And I'm like, "Nah,"
yeah,
you know.
I didn't see too many my first year out here. It
No,
was
bro.
like my second year at Fanshawe when I really started to see a lot of black people.
Yeah, and then
And
they
then
had
now
the
it's
riots.
just littered. Yeah, just littered with.
Yeah,
but-
and then they had the riots right around that time.
Yeah,
The
I
riot.
came after the riots though.
Oh, you came
So
after the riots?
I came to September after. So the riot was like St. Patrick's Day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I came that September.
Yeah,
that's when I
yeah,
came
bro.
to
The
London.
riot was crazy, bro. I remember people. This one girl was like, "Oh, you should come. It's crazy down here." I'm like, "Nah, nah." And then you see everyone getting like expelled and that kind of.
Yeah,
it was
no.
crazy, bro. Those
Especially
riots.
when we just came back from home, like we know what's
Bro.
going on. We're not going to know.
Yo, from the time I see police
Yeah.
in any situation, I'm like, bro, I don't
I'm
want
out.
part of that, bro.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm out. Yeah.
because I know the first thing my mom is gonna say is, "Why were you there?"
Yeah.
You know,
First
how-
thing.
how
That's
you-
not what I sent you there to do.
Yeah, how you end up in this, you know, like
Yeah,
at
yeah.
what point you was gonna be like, is enough, you know, and
Yeah, 100%.
so and that's if my voice or reason. So at what point were you like, you know what, I'm gonna do this full time?
Okay, shortly after like I did that one event, I maybe DJ'd twice in like the next 2 years. Or I say maybe like the next year. I didn't really DJ anymore. It was just like whatever. And then I used to live on Kestrel Court at the time. So then my second year, we started to have like a new influx of like black folks, a lot of Nigerians. So we needed something to do. So I started doing these house parties back on Kestrel. But how we used to do it to avoid the police was we used to cover up the balcony and all the windows and everything with like blankets and stuff. And we had a no in and out rule. Once you get outside, we didn't care if you smoked or do whatever inside. So if you go outside, you're gone. Like you're not coming back into the party. And I remember the first time it was a good turnout, but the DJ situation was terrible because like I knew this one DJ at the time, but he played like mostly Indian music, so it wasn't like the best. Yeah, it was. Everybody was over there like, what's going on. So when I was gonna do the next one, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna DJ. Like I know how to DJ, like you know what I'm saying. But I wasn't taking it serious at the time, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna DJ, and I did it. It was pretty good. People from Western used to come all the way to Kestrel to those parties. Like it was that crazy. Yeah. Like so we were like, okay, cool. So then I started DJing those parties, and then that's how my name kind of started to, Then I started DJing this one African event they used to have. It was called Imperium. Shout out to Harina and Toby, and Dello. So they, I used to DJ that, and it was good. Like so, the people from Western would come to that, do whatever, and then I got booked to DJ a bunch of Western parties after that. So then I kind of started to, okay, it's something I could do. And then didn't think it was going to be a professional thing, to be very honest, until I was done school. And then that year I was like, you know what? Yeah, I might as well just do this. So I bought equipment for the first time. And then I used to spend hours just standing in our living room and just DJing. And my roommate at the time happened to be a DJ as well. He was learning as well, so it was pretty good. And he was a producer. So it was just a noisy house. And we just used to DJ and just do all of that all day. And then some way, somehow, I met these promoters at the time. They were doing the hip-hop parties. It used to be called Contrast or something. Yeah, Contrast at Factory, when Factory was still open.
Yeah.
So I met these guys, John Lines and Lindo, Jail and Cole.
You're right.
Yeah, at the time. And John kind of took me under his wing. And then I started doing their parties, like their one-off parties, like free and whatever. And then, so shout out to them guys. And then I met the DJ at Frog at the time, Matt. So I used to just bug him. Like I used to go out every Thursday, and I didn't have no money at the time, whatever. But whatever money I'd have, I'd buy them drinks. Like just so I would always be like in their face, so they would always remember who I was. And I would always tell them every night, like, yo, that was a dope set. Whatever they do, I go back home.
And try.
Yeah, I try it. You know, if they made a mix, I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I would write it down on my phone that I'm gonna do this song with this song. So I used to bug him all the time, and then one day he's like, okay, I'm gonna come over to your house and DJ with you too, whatever. So he came over, and he's like, bro, honestly, I just came here because you've been bugging me. I didn't think you were actually gonna be good. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna see what I can do for you. And one day Frog happened to need a DJ. I was about to leave for Caravana actually, and they happened to need a DJ. So they're like, oh, don't play this, don't play this, don't play that. I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. I just wanted to get in. So when I got in, I did what they wanted from like 10 to like 12:30. From like 12:30, I just did my thing, and the place was like crazy. And I got offered a job that night, and that's how I became.
So that came from you technically giving up Caravana
Yes,
party,
pretty much.
Which is
I went to Caravana the next day. I just didn't go to Friday and the Saturday.
Yeah.
I went to Sunday. So shout out to Matt for that one.
I mean, and the Sunday was which Matt?
His name's Matt Royal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not Matt. He's new. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Matt knew. I'm like, wait, Matt was here since then.
Yeah.
No, but so today I was talking to Christy, and she was asking me she says, Vaughn, what do you see happening for you? Like what do you see as the big breakthrough? Is it like your film, or is it like the podcast, or like what? And I told her, I said, I don't see it like that. Like I see a finish line and I see end goals. Yeah. But all I could see is my feet. Right now I just watch my feet as they go.
As they go, yeah.
Like every step that goes, and whichever one of them would be it. But for now, I do I was watching this documentary with these mountain climbers, and he said, once you climbing, because they do free solo. I don't know if you ever see that movie. That's a documentary. It's this guy who climbed this mountain with no gear, bro.
No gear, no nothing.
Yeah, like if he fall on camera, he was dead on camera, bro. And one thing that he was saying is that one, you can't have fear, right? But you can't have fear that you're gonna fall, And two, you never look up or down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you look down,
just look for your next step, right?
Yeah. So if you look down, gravity will pull you to where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And if you look up, you just think, oh, I have so much more to go.
Yeah.
But if you keep looking at this step right in front of you, then then at the end you just realize you're on top of the hill, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the same step that you technically just described.
Yeah.
It's like you went from one place to a next place, and it was a bunch of small steps that lead to one opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's what they say. Luck is
opportunity means preparation.
Exactly. Because if you wasn't prepared,
I would.
You wouldn't get the job, bro. If it wasn't for all these small steps, you won't get the job.
Yeah. No, 100%.
And then because of that, look at where you are now, right?
Yeah.
And at what point did you decide, I want to make beats?
Well, shout out to Matt again. When I first started at Frog, so we working like 3-4 days a week, So we didn't really have weekends because we're DJing and whatever. So we didn't get to party. So we'd go out on like Mondays or Wednesdays to Jack's, right? So all the DJs, we still go out together at the time. We'd go out, just party, go back home, because that's when we got to party, right? We're all like 20, whatever at the time. I'm like 20 at the time, I think. Yeah. The other guys might have been a little bit older, but I was like the youngest. But so all of a sudden, Matt stopped coming out with us. And every time I used to be like, yo, what's going on? Every time I'd be like, yo, you gonna be at Jack's tonight? He'd be like, nah, I'm in the studio. For like a month straight, I'm in the studio. So I started to feel like a waste man for going out all the time and the man's in the studio. So in my head, I'm like, like I said, I had the roommate that made beats, right? So I'm like, okay. Like I had a little interest in it, but I never had there was nothing divine to push me to go do it until me going out with somebody all the time, and then they stop coming out with me, and then they always say they're in the studio. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I just decided I was going to do it. So I bought a new laptop. I bought a MIDI keyboard. And I just kind of started.
Fruity Loops?
Yeah, FL Studio. I just kind of started and, taught myself, took lessons from other people, YouTube, stuff like that. Got laughed at, just regular,
Yeah, for sure.
First couple of beats,
you have
yeah.
to. You have to.
Yeah, but you know, I just kept doing it. Like I just kept doing it. I stopped going out as much. I was always in the studio, and one way or the other, I just I got good at it. I give Matt smoke now too. I'm saying it on camera. You know.
Not because, but that's a good thing that you say that, because I feel like a lot of the points that you're touching on is really good points. In terms of achieving goals.
Yeah.
Because the first one was just what's your next step.
Yeah.
And then this one is you talk about having friends, like if you hang out with a certain circle at parties a lot,
Yeah.
then that's how you're gonna be.
That's how you're gonna be. Yeah.
But from the time you decide to do something else, you could affect the circle, or you could change your whole circle.
Yeah.
On the whole, right? And and that's exactly what happened when Matt went out. He was like, "Yo, I don't think this is my scene anymore."
Yeah.
It don't make sense. So so that's crazy. When you were younger, what do you think you were gonna be?
Oh, when I was younger, I wanted to play professional soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
What position?
I pretty much played everywhere, but mostly like mid and defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was it.
That was my goal. My mom messed that up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom wouldn't let me play because I was never a A student, and if I didn't
Yeah, it was
get
all about
A,
the education.
yeah, and if I didn't get A, I can participate in sports.
Yeah.
You know, so my friends will come calling. I used to try to change my grades actually, but I used to get like E's, bro. So I can't change a E to a A.
Yeah,
The
you
most I
can't.
could do is change a E to a B.
Yeah.
You know, and then my mom would be confused because it would be like a B, and the teacher's note would be like not applying himself properly.
Yeah.
You know, so which was worse, because now she's like, oh, if you could get a B and the teacher would say that you're not applying yourself, that means you could get an A.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I should just leave it at an E. So then if I get a B, I'll be in the good books. But I don't know, I just didn't want to get licks, bro. I just wasn't trying to get my ass beat.
No. I feel you on that. But then again, like me and my mom have these conversations now. I feel like the school system. I mean, they say. I should wait for that to go by.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you go and say something important, so good.
But I was saying, like, me and my mom always, like, talk about this now. Like, me and my mom are very close. Like, I always tell, like I was telling her, I was like, yo, the education system is the only thing that hasn't changed in 100 years.
For sure.
You know, it's like, I get onto a certain grade, everybody should take everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Went to Pi Sub school. But when you get to, like, grade 10 up, like, you know, like you should be able to apply yourself strictly to whatever it is you want to apply yourself to, right?
Yeah.
If I have no interest in going into anything math related, why do I have to take math past grade 10?
But if like I think what math should be is that math should be like the regular addition, multiplication.
Yeah, that's all we use in daily life.
We don't need trigonometry, bro.
Yeah, why do I need to study that?
We don't need algebra.
Yeah, like.
But that should be an elective if somebody wants to do that.
Yeah, if you're gonna go to school and be an architect, if you're gonna go to school and be something else,
a scientist or something.
Scientist or something, yeah.
But what should also be a serious subject and not an elective is art.
Yes.
Some form of art.
Some form of art for everybody.
Some
Every
form
kid.
of art. Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of schools too, and another, it's like, I feel like the world would be a better place if, as adults, we still dream like the way we dreamt when we were kids.
Of course, bro. Art gives you a heartbeat, bro.
Yeah, because a lot of things, you just get crushed by a lot of things.
Yeah.
So it's like, in school, like that should be taught. That like, yo, if this is what you want to do, like apply yourself to that. Why am I worried about my math grade? I have never used X plus Y a day in my life.
No.
You know, I've never been talking to somebody and they said something and I said, oh my God, that was an adjective. Like, you know what I mean? Like, exactly. I've never used those things before. Like, I feel like it's very, just me personally, I feel like it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Learn it to a certain grade and then after that, apply yourself to whatever it is you see that you want to be.
Or even like a musical instrument. Everyone should learn a musical instrument. You know? Even if you don't use it, you know, learning a musical instrument, like open your eyes on so much different things in life. Like a lot of the times you meet someone who doesn't do any form of art and this person's so boring, bro.
Yeah, everybody has to have some way to express something, and I feel like art's a whole lot of different things.
Yeah.
I can't draw to save my life, but you know.
Exactly, but art is even the person that building houses,
Yes, it's a lot of things.
building it in a way that he see creative, you know,
Yeah,
and not building
from different for
generic.
someone else. Yeah,
These generic
yeah,
houses,
that's art too.
you know, yeah.
How you put things together. It could be different from the way this guy puts. Like it's so and like making beats, right? Like some people might start with their drums. Some people might start with their melody. Some people might start with their hi-hats. You know, it's just different. I feel like everybody should just be able to apply themselves how they want to apply themselves. I feel like that's artistic to me.
Yeah.
You don't have to apply yourself this way because society and government have said, yo, you got to do it this way, or that's what you were taught in school. You got to do it this way. But then again, you know, it's hard because a lot of dreams get crushed along the way.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, but our art kind of teaches you that art teaches you that to reach the same like we can reach the same place by doing something totally different.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just what art teaches you. So it don't matter what job you do or what you do in your life. You know,
Yeah,
you could
100%.
be a housewife even.
Yeah.
You know, like just having some form of art and practicing it.
Yeah.
Just get you like a different view on life and
yeah.
how life should be and that kind of stuff. You know.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I believe that.
Yeah. So you grew up in Nigeria, right?
Yeah. I grew up in Nigeria for the most part.
Lagos.
Yeah.
Where's your
I'm a
accent?
Lagos boy. Huh?
Where's your accent?
My accent only comes out when I'm talking to another Lagos boy. I can't talk to you in my accent. Yeah.
This one isn't talking in his accent.
Yeah, I can't talk to you in my accent.
Yankee over here. But yeah, so you came here at age 18, you said.
No. I came to Canada. I was just about to turn 17, I believe.
Oh, so you came for like school before?
Yes. I came. I did a year of high school, like prep school, like private school.
In London?
No, in Hamilton.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I came to London after.
Well, so how was, because you didn't come with your parents?
My mom actually came when we came. Like she came with us, but she left. But she just, she didn't want us to come by ourselves.
Oh, so you have your brothers here?
Well, both my siblings are here now. Like I have a brother and a sister.
And they came with you?
Only my sister came with me. My brother he's younger than us.
And how old your sister is?
My sister's a year younger than me.
Oh, so how was that like not having your mom? Not having...
But we've been used to that. We've been to boarding school our whole lives.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
so
okay,
I've been, quote unquote, I see my mom maybe 3 months out of 12 in a year from the age of 11.
Yeah?
Yeah, just being in boarding school. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I could have done that, bro.
Honestly, it's a great experience. I don't understand people who are... It's like, think about it this way. It's like a year-long summer camp. It's like every time we went to boarding school, every time we came back home, it's like, yeah, the first 2 weeks, and then after that, it's like, yeah, okay, I'm trying to go back, like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I know what you're saying, because like when I went back home from being in Canada, that's how I used to feel. But I feel like from 12 to 17, so much things happen in my life, in my community, in my surroundings that my mom helped me go through. You know, that till this day, my mom is the one who would call me and give me pep talks, you know?
Yeah, like we got to speak to her parents, and we had like 2 visiting days every like semester, right? Like there's one like close to the start of the term, and there's one like close to the end. But it's like, how do I put it? Whatever it is that you had to grow up in that environment, right? Me personally, I feel like if you experienced it with your parents at the same time and you guys figured out how to get out of there by the same time, it's a whole, but how do I put it? It's a whole much more uplifting experience.
Yeah,
like
because
we all grew up together
Yeah.
from grade 7 all the way to grade 12. Like all of us grew up together.
And you guys still friends till this day?
Some of us, yeah. There's no way everybody's going to be in the same place at the same time, but some of us for sure. Yeah, you know, like checking on each other sometimes.
So, but I guess you're right, because it's just what you used to. So because you used to that, it was normal, and because I was used to mine, it was normal.
It was normal, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, that would have been hard for me.
It was hard for everybody. Like when I remember, like our first couple of weeks when we first got to grade 7, a lot of kids would just wake up in the morning and just be crying, like they're homesick.
I want to cry, but
Yeah, but you might have felt, But by the time we get to like grade 8, grade 9, you've been bullied by all the seniors.
Yeah.
You got your ass beat a couple times. It's like, all right, this is a daily experience. We're in the trenches together, all of us. We wait to get out of grade 7 because we're the lowest on the pecking order to get to grade 8. Now we bully grade 7.
Right.
Get to grade 9, you get to bully grade 8, grade 7. Get to grade 10. So it was a good experience.
And boarding school was where in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Also, there's boarding. I don't. What is boarding school? Because I always see it in like the TV shows growing up when the parents are like, oh, we're gonna send you to boarding school, and it's like such a bad thing.
Yeah, so we had a lot of kids from like Canada, the US, England. Like if they're like bad, their parents send them back home and then they come to our boarding school. And by the time we're all graduating, everybody's
Good.
straight, like we're going. Well, because it's a different experience, right? You have to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We wake up in the morning. It was like, if I describe it now to someone who lives in Canada, it might sound like hardship. You wake up in the morning, the shower's not working. You know what I mean? Half the time the shower's not working. So you got to take your bucket and walk to the tap. Hope there's no seniors there. Seniors are the people in the grade ahead of you. Fill up your bucket, take it back. If you're smart, you just shower right there. Just take your bath right there. Take a little bit, do whatever, soap up your body, pour it, and walk away. Because if you try to take that bucket filled of water back to the bathroom, there's a good chance someone in the class ahead of you is going to see you and they're just going to take it from you and give you their empty one. So now you got to walk back over there. So you see what I'm saying? So experiences like that were just great. But we all go through it together. They're doing it to us. It got done to them. Right? You know what I'm saying? Some of them would just
understanding.
Yeah, so understanding.
It's not like a disrespect.
No,
it's more like a.
It's not disrespect.
It's more like a. This is what you had to go through to become.
Yeah, I remember our first day, like on campus. A senior, he was in like grade 12 at the time, so he called all of us into a room. He's giving us the orientation. He's like, "This is how this stuff works," because teachers are not allowed to hit students, right? But students used to hit students. So it's like, yo, if I beat you and you go report me to a teacher, I'm gonna beat you in front of the teacher. It's that clear. He didn't say nothing else, so we already knew what time it was. Well, a couple people had to test it out and got their ass beat in front of, you know what I'm saying? But it's just how the things worked. So you knew if a senior bullied you, you can't go and tell because they're just gonna keep bullying you. You just gotta take it. Just gotta hold it and just keep going, So it's like, so we already knew that. So there's certain hacks that okay, I'm not walking all the way here, taking this bucket and walking back. I'm just gonna bring my towel, everything. Once I fill up my bucket, I'm gonna stand right here. I'm gonna soap my body up. I'm gonna pour this shit on me, and I'm gonna go back with my empty bucket. It's a good chance the senior might send you with their empty bucket to go back. But, you just hold. Go, shower, you got to go. So, like, a lot of experiences like that. Waking up 5:30 in the morning, got to be ready by 7:30 to study. Got to be ready by 9 for breakfast. Got to be out of there to class, right? Because we all lived on, like, a res.
Yeah. And class was the same, like regular school hours?
Yeah, regular school hours.
And then on the weekend, what you guys do on the weekend? That's like...
Yeah, on weekend, we went to school on Saturday, but Saturday school was done early. School was done at like 1.
So Monday to Saturday, school?
Yeah. School was done early on Saturdays.
That's madness, bro.
Yeah, man. But the classes we had on Saturday were like easy classes, like computer.
Still, bro.
I mean, yeah, I got it. They didn't let us just sit around on the
Saturday.
only day we got to really sit around. We didn't really get to sit around in this because Sunday you'd have to go to the mosque or you have to go to a Christian service and then come back. And then
so when you went to boarding school, did you go from your mom being like, oh, you bad? Or was it like, you know what, I want you guys to have a better life, so I'll send you guys there so that you guys could integrate into the system?
Oh, me and my sister, we knew we were going to boarding school because like a lot of the good schools, those schools that were like in our city. So our city, Lagos, that's like a Toronto here. So, but it's like you leave Toronto and you go to school in Western. It's like 2 hours away.
Yeah.
Right? Western's a great school. Like there was a great school. It was just 2 hours away. So we went there.
Okay. So boarding school is more like a school.
Boarding school's expensive.
That not in your area.
Yeah, it's not in the area. That's
why you have to live there.
That's why you have to live there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why you
I
have
thought
to
it was
live
more like whenever I think about boarding school, because of how the movies used to do it, it's like it's a prison.
No.
You had to be there and the gates locked.
No.
So it was so you didn't live necessarily on campus. Well, it was on campus, but it wasn't like in the building where you have a class downstairs.
No.
It was like disconnected.
Yeah, disconnected. The res were like all the way in the back. And then school, we had two classrooms. We had an old classroom block and a new classroom block.
Yeah. So I think that's the difference for you because for you it's like you guys went because it's a good school.
It's a good school, yeah,
Whereas
that's why we
other
went.
kids that coming in will be like they going because they bad.
Yeah.
So their experience would be like they crying
Yeah,
because they
yeah.
miss home.
Yes,
Whereas
yes,
for
yes.
you it'll be like, bro,
Yeah.
begin to be around people who not from here.
Yeah.
That's how you could talk so clear compared to other Nigerians
so,
too, right?
yeah.
So a lot of them things is a lot of those things is why your mom would have the vision to be like they need to integrate into a better system.
Oh yeah, and my mom was strict as hell. I would not rather have went to school every day and came back to see my mom. Yeah, hell no. My mom was strict as hell when we were growing up. My brother didn't really get like she wasn't really that strict.
No, he's the last one.
to
He's the
him.
baby.
Yeah, because my mom always said, yeah, like when I told you guys to do something, you guys went and did it anyways. Like nothing happened to y'all, so I figured, okay, like he'd be good. So
Bro.
he was.
So there's this scene, right? It says, sometimes we forget that while our parents was watching us grow, we were also watching them.
Them grow, yeah.
You
Definitely.
know? So at that age, and when I think about how I was with Jada compared to my Makai now, it's like the wisdom that you have, even at my age, and I'm young, I'm kind of old for some people, but young for some people.
Yeah.
As like the middle child. But even at my age, at 32, the wisdom I have now compared to when I was 27, having my first kid, and that kind of stuff, it's way different, bro. Like,
Definitely.
like dealing with stress and that kind of stuff, it way different. So I could imagine for how it was for, I don't know about your mother, but my mom had her first kid when she was 22, like early 20s. That was Jason,
Yeah.
and then dealing with that and a husband that was cheating on her and all these different things, and it just get different.
No, I feel you.
So like even I only just learned about like all the things that my mother had to go through, but that's like for a different day. But
Yeah.
but knowing it now and me being that age and going through some of these similar things, but not quite similar, but some struggles and that kind of stuff, like trying to talk to Jada,
Yeah.
trying to talk to your kid without yelling.
Without yelling.
And
yeah.
and then you have white people on TikTok being like, you don't yell at your kids, you whisper. Look at this. You
we
just
got-
say,
yeah, we got
you
yell,
just say hello, and then they're gonna listen. And I'm like, bro, that's why your kids go and shoot up all these schools.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you think they're listening, but they ain't listening to you. You soft as hell.
Got yelled at, almost got knocked out.
Bro,
A lot. a lot.
That's why they get thrown in the water in Alabama yesterday.
Yeah, a lot.
But from boarding school, you and your sister came at the same time.
Yeah.
So she just left
Yeah.
boarding school early.
No, so my sister, back home, we used to have this system where you can skip grade 5 and go straight to grade 7.
Yeah.
So I was in grade 6, my sister was in grade 5. So me and my sister had always been at school at the same time, right? Like a year apart.
Yeah.
So if I had left, like she would have been, so she just elected to skip from grade 5 over to grade 7. So we just went together. So we ended up just being in the same class.
Oh,
yeah. So
so
she
she was
skipped grade-
smarter than you. So
Basically, yeah, you can say that. Yeah. You can
what does
say
she do now?
that. She's just about to enroll at Teachers College, I believe.
Okay, Toronto.
No, she's in Ottawa.
Oh, okay. And you guys see each other often?
Yeah, I see them once, maybe twice a year when my mom comes.
So, because you talk about how your mom was strict and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Was your dad around? Or no, because you didn't remember.
Yeah,
each
my
other.
dad was around till we were like 13. Till I was like 13,
Yeah.
if I recall. Yes.
And then
My dad was, like, we were deathly afraid of, like, our dad. Like, I know me, for sure. Okay, I speak for me. I was deathly afraid of my dad. But, okay, let me put it this way. I respected my dad. I respected my mom, but I think we were more afraid of my mom at the same time, because my dad's like, if we did something wrong, he's going to work at 6 in the morning. He's not coming back till 11 at night. He was the manager. He was like the head manager of the bank. So he's not coming home till like 11 at night. And so it's like, yeah, when I get back home, I'm going to deal. Yeah. By the time he get back home, he doesn't remember what it is. He's gonna eat, he's gonna fall asleep, he's gonna go to bed, He's got to be up in the morning to go. So after some time, we started to know. Yeah. Once Pop says, yeah, when I come back, I'm yeah, whatever. But my mom, she get back up from work at 4, and my mom don't let things go. So if she say I'm gonna do something when I come back, yeah, we just know like okay. So we probably respected our dad a little more because I mean he's the guy, he's the man in the house. Well, I'd say we were more afraid of
Your mom.
our mom
So-
until I got to a certain age, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever.
So is the dynamic you talk about is the same with me and my mom, right? And is because you and your mom closer,
Yeah,
you know, you will have that respect. But one of the reasons, and I don't know about you, but think that there is a reason for most people is one of the reasons why you will respect your dad more is because he does show you the affection he's supposed to.
yeah,
So you feel like at any time he could switch.
Yeah,
You know,
he
like
could.
like with your mom is like she beating him, but she gonna be cool tomorrow.
yeah. My mom will
right?
beat us and say, "Come eat."
Exactly, you
Yeah,
know. But with your dad is like,
yeah, it's not. Yeah,
I wonder if this man would just flip
yeah,
tonight.
yeah, tonight. I don't know when
You know, like
yeah.
tonight might just be the night, you know,
Yeah.
and yeah. So it was his statement. Like we'll call my dad RoboCop. You know, from the time he coming home, you're like, yo, RoboCop coming, let me go.
Yeah,
You know, and
like-
everybody make themselves scarce.
Yeah, that was it. Like once my dad comes home, we see the gate opening. No matter what we're doing downstairs, everybody's running
Bro,
upstairs. You're gonna act like we're sleeping.
Same word. Like
yeah.
once you hear that gate and you see
Yeah.
those car lights coming in,
Yeah, like
you're like, okay, guys.
yeah, it's time. It's time.
Yeah, it's about that time. I'll see you guys in the morning.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
Just go
So,
home and sleep.
but so what I wanted to ask though is that because you say mom was strict, how was that conversation? Telling your mom that you wanted to be a DJ and then telling her that you want to make beats.
Oh no, like my mom's pretty supportive of whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
Like she don't care. Like when I got to, yeah, like you get to a certain age, like yeah, your parents is gonna be like, okay, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. You just got to do what you got to do. So when I started DJing seriously, my mom was like, she was really cool with it. She was like real proud of me. She even wanted to come to the club one time. Like she never.
Goes to the club?
Yeah, like but I would never let her come to the club. Yeah, she wanted to come one time and see, like what I was doing. But no, my mom was never. There was never any stress about it. I was providing for myself, right? Like so, it wasn't like a issue of what are you doing? It's like
Yeah, once you making your money, I want you happy, right?
yeah, I was providing for myself. I was doing my own thing. And then when I started making beats, I showed her what it is. Just yeah, she done. She even like, especially like the DJing thing. She used to tell me like, oh, maybe try to use memes to promote yourself, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my mom's mad cool. She don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same with me. I feel like from when we were kids to now, my mom is a totally different person.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
But then at the same time, I look at my life with Jada, and I'm like, at what age you think they're gonna realize that daddy is not this strict
yeah.
guy, you know, like daddy's this guy who everyone comes for looking for jokes and that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
At what age would they realize that, you know? And I think it might be the same with us, is that our parents need to put this, especially our moms, like black mothers needed to put this force on black kids, you know, especially black boys, because of where they wanted to see us. And then once we get older and they realize that we understand the world, they're like, yo, let's go live, you know,
just
and
go
come
live.
back.
I mean, at the end of the day, whatever anybody's gonna do. Like if I wanted to DJ and my mom said, "Oh no, I'm not cool with it," I was still gonna DJ. Like she's not gonna fly all the way here and be like, and come take me out of the club when I'm here. Like I was still gonna do
Carry
it.
you back home?
Yeah, like so over the age of 19, I was like 20, 21 at the time when I started doing it professionally. So it was like she wasn't gonna like do it. So she just, she supported whatever I want to do. My mom supports. If I say I want to do this, she looks into it with me. Like, yo, it's feasible. Let's do it.
Yeah, and that's what it's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be. And how old are you now?
I'm not revealing my age.
This man, he's like 26. This man, I put all the numbers together right now. I was like, yo, I thought this guy was old like me, but you're not old. You're not old like me, bro. This guy's a young boy, dog.
Nigerians don't drop our age.
This boy,
I said Nigerians don't drop our age.
Yeah, I know that. I know it for the World Cup too. Don't worry. So, in terms of like the future and like what you want to do, like where you see your life going.
Honestly, it's like you said, man. I just take it like one step at a time. Like I have a lot of ideas, but I just try to like execute like one at a time, and see like, yo, like, where's this going to be? Where's this going to be? Where's that going to be?
So, are you trying to focus more on the DJing or the beat making?
Honestly, I feel like I have them pretty balanced.
Yeah.
Right? Like sometimes I might take a couple months off it because I make a lot of beats when I'm making beats, right? So I could take like 2-3 months off and be good. Like I make a lot. Like when I'm dialed in, I'm dialed in. I can make like 11 in a night, right? So I'm just going. I'm just on go. So I have tons and tons of beats on my computer, and then, but like the DJing thing, like
Pays the bills.
yeah, it pays the bills, and I evolved past just DJing, right? Like me and my boy Jose, like we started our own entertainment company.
Mm-hmm.
Like we do our own parties where we don't we don't put up no money for the spaces, and we take the whole door. Type stuff, just pure profit every time. So we have dates that we just circle off in the middle of the year, like so we started doing our own parties because we start to realize it, like, yo, you only have such a shelf life really being a quote unquote hot DJ.
Yeah.
Before another guy comes out. So you always have to keep evolving. The next step after that would probably be to own our own establishment. So just have to just constantly keep evolving whatever it is you're doing. You can't just stay stuck in the way it is. Like, you guys start cutting hair, you guys own your own shop now. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's just
for sure.
yeah, so just stuff like that, You guys could have just stayed there, just say, yeah, we're just gonna be cutting hair at this place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the immigrant mentality, bro.
Yeah, you just have to.
Is that we know, like for me, I know for a fact that at some point the market gonna switch.
Oh yeah.
At some point, you're not gonna be hot no more.
Yes. So
at some point, and that's me now
Yeah.
in the shop. I was explaining that in one of my older podcasts, and I was saying, like, I could see the dynamic change, and I could see people coming in and saying, "Oh, I want Savio," and "Oh, I want Emily," and I like it, and for most people, they'll be like angry about that, but for me, I'm like, that's
yeah,
the
but
most.
you already put yourself in the position to supersede that, because no matter how they're coming in for Savio and Emily, I love Savio and Emily. No matter how they're coming for Savio and Emily, you own the establishment.
Yeah,
You understand
but
what I mean?
yeah,
It could have
but
been a situation where you, Savio, and Emily are working for somebody, and they're coming in for Savio and Emily, and they're not coming to you.
yeah, for sure,
You know
for
what I'm saying?
sure.
It's like the guys that own what we say is like the hottest spot. Say maybe Delilah's, right? Just let's throw a name out. Like them guys, they're promoters, right? They went from being promoters and DJing to owning the place. People don't come there looking for them, right? Because you're not gonna be a hot promoter when you're 40.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? People don't come there looking for them, but at the end of the day, it is their
Establishment.
You understand? So the whole point is to get in the establishment and having younger people to keep your place fresh.
Yeah.
So the right thing's already been done.
Yeah, for sure. But in terms of the art,
Yeah, obviously.
So not in terms of the business, more in terms of the art. So for me, this like the reason why I could stand now and be proud of it is because of the steps I take. Like from the time I was young, and I started as a barber. I started as a barber in 23. In 23. So I was 23. Yeah. Not 23, 03. No, not 03, 13, 2013.
2013, okay. Yeah.
So I was 23, and I saw the dynamic. I saw, okay, all the younger people starting to come to me, So then from that time, I realized, okay, I can never reach a certain age in the barbershop.
Yes.
Because once you reach that age, you're either going to get, one, pushed out, or two, you're going to be a barber for the rest of your life.
You're like, yes.
And I'm like, I don't want to be a barber for the rest of my life. I want to do so much more than being a barber. So I had to put things in place, and that's why I take so much people and try to train them and try to teach them certain things. Most of them didn't work out, but a lot of them did, right? And that's all that really matters. So
yeah, that's all that matters. Like, you put other people in
positions
to do something. Yeah, so it's like, when we started the entertainment company, it's called The Bachelor's Entertainment, started doing our own parties, like we put our name on the flyers because of our quote unquote appeal. Like we have people that want to come out but for the most part, like I don't even want to DJ those parties, I just want to give other people, like, say, okay, this guy, put you on pay to get the DJ in front of a good amount of people. We might not have that opportunity without that. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, the next step,
Yeah,
willingly would be
you can
to
focus
only-
on other things now.
Yeah, focus on other things like okay, this, and third. We created a formula, a system that works. We know when we do this, it goes this way. When we do this, it goes that way. So that's just just have to keep reinventing something. We're gonna take another step and another step and another step till we reach the goal.
Yeah, and reinvesting is a big thing.
Yeah,
You know, no walking away with most of your money.
yeah.
You know, so what's next for Shorey then?
This next for sure is a day at a time. I feel like in my older self, because when I was younger, I used to worry about a lot of things. I used to be like, oh, yo, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. But I feel like the most important stuff to do is whatever it is you want to do, whatever step you're going to take, just take the step as best as you can. So that's how I just take life now. Sure is a step a day. When I get to what I'm trying to do, everybody would see it.
Yeah,
For sure.
that's blessed. So before we go, let me ask you this one thing. Is hypothetical, right? Is Sunday midday, like after a long weekend of making money or whatever,
Yeah.
what's your day like?
On a Sunday?
Yeah.
Typical Sundays, I'm recovering.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I probably went to some after hours till 5 in the morning or some stuff. And then, might wake up, shower, go get food. I'm just chilling the rest of the night.
You don't cook?
Sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't cook like that. Sometimes I cook.
But you take time to like reflect, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Reset and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Like, okay, what's going to go on this week? What's going to go on the week after, the week after? Just try to put some stuff together. Like, check in with my guy. He'd be like, yo, I have this idea. Or if I tell him I have an idea, he'd be like, yo, write it down. So you don't forget. Because the mind's thinking about 100 things in an hour. So it's like, yo, write it down if you feel like this is going to do this is going to do that, So I try to just do that now, just keep notes. And then sometimes go back, just see.
That's good. That's blessed, bro. I think that's good. And as I say, at your age, you're still young, so it could only get better, bro.
God willing, God willing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But bro. So it was good to have you on.
Thank
The
you.
man, the myth, the legend, DJ shoreezy on the beat. I don't have to say shoreezy on the beat or to say DJ Shorey. I don't know
DJ
which one.
Shorey. Shoreezy
Which
on
one
the
I'm
beat's a
talking to
different
right
guy.
now. That's a different.
That's a different guy.
Okay, so one day we have to get shoreezy on the beat to come in and do
100%, 100%.
a podcast. But
100%.
yeah, bro, thanks for coming in and blessing the podcast.
Nah, no problem.
I did learn a lot of stuff about it, and I feel like it still have way more that we could get and that we could talk about.
Yeah.
But this is the first one.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. This is episode 13 of your Ungifted podcast.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Anytime. Again, thank you guys for tuning in every week. Thanks for the comments and the shares and the likes, and please keep commenting and saying like what episode you guys want next and who you guys want next. And I listen, you guys was asking for Shorey, and we have Shorey in the flesh, in the flesh over here. We are shooting in Oxambo Barbershop, London's finest. You guys can come down here at any time and look for our cool, young, hip barbers like young Emily and young Savvy. These are the guys that's hot on the market right now, and spots are going like hotcakes. So make sure and jump online or on square.com and book your next appointment. Book it for your grandma, book it for your grandfather, book it for your cousin or your boyfriend, because September coming up for school and you don't want to look shaggy. Okay, I'll see you guys. Thank you. Yeah, bro, that was good.
Sabio.